Ravens flock. The flock rundown is the place to be. My man Ryan has been a lifelong Ravens fan since he was born. So I'm telling you now, it's about to go down. The podcast, the flock rundown. Ravens, baby. Nothing gets better than waking up and wondering how high we can fly. Tune in.
Motionless brainwaves attempt to swim their way to sense, can't tame the untamed.
Appreciate you, Ray. What's up, Ravens fans? My name is Ryan, and welcome back to another episode of the Flock Rundown, episode number 2 of the day. The Ravens just got finished practice. Some guys returned, and then Harbaugh, Odell, and Lamar spoke to the media in a press conference, so we'll get into some things that they said as well. You guys may have noticed, but got some Flock Rundown merch on today. It's available below the video if you guys want to support the channel and rock some gear. This is just the original design, the OG Flock Rundown design. I'll keep designing more stuff as time goes. But yeah, that's available right now. If you guys want to check that out, I appreciate it. And yeah, let's get into today's episode. Mark Andrews is back on the field. Harbaugh did say not to hit the panic button and that he should be back in practice today. He was. It's also his birthday. Happy birthday, Mark Andrews. But huge news that he's back. Great for the team. We weren't expecting anything less, but when he hasn't practiced in a week and a half or 2 weeks, definitely some concerns start to get raised. So really happy to see him back. He looks like he's moving around well, and we should see him out there on Sunday, which is great news. This offense is fully healthy. The team is fully healthy. No one missed practice today besides Marlon Humphrey. But I expect Marlon back, not this week, but I expect Marlon back next week or like week 3, no later than week 4, because they didn't put him on IR or PUP. So that tells me that they have a plan for him to come back before, and unless there's a setback, I would expect him back before week 5, because that's when you would first be eligible to come back from PUP or the IR designated to return. That would be week 5. So I'm expecting Marlon back between week 2 to week 4. I'm hoping it's week 2 just because we got the Bengals, and that's by far the most high-powered offense that we're going to have to face in the first 4 weeks. So would love Marlon Humphrey to come back next week versus the Bengals. That's a huge game on the road. But I don't want him to rush back. I'd rather him miss that Bengals game if it means that he's going to be healthy for the postseason. You know, I'd rather have him healthy all regular season long, and especially heading into the playoffs. So don't want him to rush back. I think we can hold the fort down, you know what I mean? If we lose a game just because of it, it's all right. You know, it's early in the season. We just need him back and not to leave again. You know, we need him back healthy and to remain healthy, especially through this postseason run and towards a Super Bowl. So can't wait for Marlon to get back. Wishing him a speedy recovery. But other than that, we're good to go. No one's hurt. And this has been new, all right? You know, the last few years we've had a lot of injuries. Even this offseason in the cornerback room, and like I said, I know Marlon's out, but all of our corners, it seemed like, were hurt the majority of the offseason, or at least training camp, right? Rock Ya-Sin, Jalen Armour-Davis, Arthur Mollett. Like, we haven't seen a lot of these guys. I know Jalen Armour-Davis played some in the last preseason game, but we've seen no Rock Ya-Sin in games. We've seen no Arthur Mollett in games. And Arthur Mollett ended up making the team when he wasn't even practicing, which tells me that they really do believe in him. I talked to a few friends who are Steelers fans, and they were frying Arthur Mollett. They were saying he's terrible. But I think we're going to use him only as nickel, slot corner, special teams player, and hopefully he can get the job done for us. I haven't heard great things, but we haven't seen anything. You know, I got to reserve my judgment until I see him in this Baltimore Ravens defense in game action. Then we can review the film and talk about, you know, how this may look moving forward. As of right now, I got to trust the organization and the coaches and Eric DeCosta that he can get the job done because he made the 53-man roster. And I expect him to go out there on Sunday, and I expect Darby and Rock Ya-Sin and Jalen Armour-Davis and all these guys to hold the fort down until Marlon Humphrey gets back. Definitely secondary cornerback room is my biggest concern. But the point of me rambling on about this again is that we're healthy going into this game. Everyone should play except for Marlon Humphrey. And I expect him back in the next few weeks. So we're looking good. We got to keep staying healthy as the regular season goes. Obviously, we didn't play a lot of starters in the preseason, but we got through training camp really healthy, and that's a really nice change compared to these last few years. Lamar Jackson at a press conference today, spoke with the media, said he feels 100% and feels better than ever.
You know, I'm back. I feel like I'm better, 100%, so I'm ready to show up.
He's ready to go, man. He hasn't played since early December. I was at that Broncos game last year, and just seeing him go down in the first quarter was demoralizing. Seeing terrible offensive play the rest of that game, even though we snuck it out at the very end. And then just the rest of the season, our offense just could never get going. So can't wait to see him back on the field, especially with all these weapons and a new offense. Lamar described Todd Monken's new offense as explosive and said he's getting the ball out of his hands really fast. And that's how it should look, you know, especially when you have space and a smart scheme and playmakers who can catch short passes, get the ball out of Lamar's hands quick, catch short passes, and then do damage with run after the catch. I think Zay Flowers is going to catch a lot of short passes and then do most of his damage after he gets the ball in his hands. So I'm all for Lamar getting the ball out quick, making quick decisions. I trust that he can make those decisions and make the right reads. And there'll be a lot less sacks. There'll be a lot less of Lamar trying to be Superman and have to take over the entire game with his arms and his legs holding onto the ball for way too long to try and make something happen. We saw that so many times over the last few seasons. Let's get the ball out quick. Let's space the field and take advantage of what the defense is giving us. Odell Beckham Jr. also hit the podium and spoke with the media, and he called the Ravens organization world class.
It's just world class. I could see it from the way meetings go and the things that we focus on, and you know the little things that actually important in the game that you don't really like harp on and give much detail to. Like, he goes over that. And then you see it come up in the game, and you just know exactly why he's doing it. So it's that. It's the way that they run things around here, practice, the weight room, training room. It's just world class. You know, I was kind of blown away by coming here. You never know what to expect anywhere you go. And it's just been great. It's been a great fit. Doing my best that I can to be the very best me that I could possibly be for the guys around me, for myself. And for this team.
Really interesting to hear him talk about them dissecting film in a different way than he's used to, and then seeing that show up on game day or in practice, and then realizing, oh, wow, that makes a lot of sense while we were dissecting these certain details in the meetings that are then really applying to the game days. And it's all for the common goal of just trying to win the game, right? It's as simple as that. It's dissecting certain things that you see to try and create an edge for yourself and prepare yourself to a certain level just to go out there and execute and win the game. And we know the Ravens are a world-class organization. You know, if you've followed this team for a while, you've heard that from so many different players. But for a guy like Odell with his status and his experience of going around to a few different organizations and knowing a ton of players in the NFL, I think it really means something and holds some weight for him to say that the Ravens are a world-class organization. And Odell's dying to get out there too. Odell hasn't played football even longer than Lamar. We were just talking about Lamar hasn't played since last December. Odell's over here saying he hasn't played in like 450 plus days or something like that. So he's probably really itching to get back out there. Harbaugh said there's no pitch count for Odell. He feels really good. He's ready to go. And I just can't wait, man. I can't wait to see this offense collectively. Odell, Zay Flowers, Bateman, Andrews, J.K. Dobbins. There's just so many pieces that we didn't really get to see throughout this offseason. We've seen some training camp highlights, some clips here and there of practices, but none of these guys played in the preseason except for Zay, and Zay impressed. But no one else played in the preseason, so we haven't seen them in this offense, and I don't think we've seen any Todd Monken plays like that, to be honest. I think that what you're going to see in the regular season is going to be substantially different than we saw in the preseason. And I can't wait, man. Sunday cannot get here fast enough. I'm dying to watch some Ravens football. I feel like this is like the slowest moving week ever. I keep looking, I'm like, man, it's only Wednesday? Like, I know we got regular season football tomorrow, Chiefs-Lions, and that'll be super exciting to watch. But I'm ready for some Ravens football, man. I want to see this offense. I want to see Lamar and Odell, and I want to see what we got for real. The games count now, and I'm itching at the bit, man. You know, I don't even play for the team, but I just want to see it. I'm sure you guys share the same excitement, and it's just been a long road since last season. You know, Lamar goes out in early December of last season, and it was just kind of hopeless from then on. I mean, I guess we had some hope that he was going to return, but he didn't return. And then the contract stuff's overhanging his head and our head as an organization and as fans. We think that Lamar might be gone, and we don't know where it'll go. And it was just so ugly. And then all of a sudden, we start signing players, Odell, and then Lamar re-signs, and then we draft Zay, and then it's all love and it's all optimism from then on, you know, until now. And we're feeling great. The team's feeling great. We're healthy. And I know the fan base in the city is insanely excited. And Sunday, we finally get to see what it really looks like, at least the start of it. This team's going to get better and better as the weeks go, especially the offense because it's so new, and the defense when they get Marlon Humphrey back. Friday, I'm going to have a game preview episode previewing the matchup of the Texans and Ravens, and I'll dive a little bit more into the Texans side. We didn't do that as much in the preseason. We were just talking about the Ravens depth chart and guys that are trying to make the team and stuff. I'll dive more into the overall game and what I'm expecting to see and some predictions, and then doing the $50 giveaway again. You just have to watch the episode. I'll ask a question somewhere in there, and then you just comment your answer. Closest answer wins $50 right after the game. We've been doing that all preseason, so I'll just continue that all the way through the regular season. It's a fun way for us to interact and for me to give back to you guys for supporting this channel. Let me know if you guys would join a live stream after the game. I know there's a lot of other Ravens channels that do a live stream right after the game, and I know you guys watch, you know, this channel as well as a lot of other channels, but I'd like to go live. I just want to see how many people might be interested in that. I think I'm going to go live after the game and chop it up with you guys, even if it's just like 10 of us, you know, I don't care. We can just hang out and talk about what just happened, you know, 30 minutes prior. And hopefully we're all excited and enjoying the game. But if we happen to lose or something goes really bad, then we'll just mourn together as well. So either way, I think I'm going live, but I just want your guys' thoughts. Ravens football Sunday. Let's go. At the bank, 1 p.m. Cannot wait. But as always, guys, I appreciate you tuning into another episode of the Flock Rundown. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
Motionless brainwaves attempt to swim their way to sense, can't tame the untamed.